Yo, what's going on? Mike from Mike Talk Sports. As the FIBA 2023 World Championship commences, Team USA just ended their first exhibition game, beating Puerto Rico. In today's video, I'm going to highlight the play of Jalen Brunson and why, in my opinion, Jalen Brunson is the X factor of this year's Team USA team. Of course, 2019 was an absolute disaster for Team USA. Not only did they place 7th, really embarrassing the United States on the world stage, but the lead player of this team really led a bad taste in everyone's mouth, and I am of course talking about Kemba Walker. So whenever Team USA nowadays assembles their team and you see Jalen Brunson as one of the premier players of the team, I think a lot of people were quick to jump to the conclusion, oh, the small point guard thing just does not work in FIBA. Let me tell you guys why I completely disagree with this and why Jalen Brunson is going to be the best player on this team. First and foremost, sadly, Kemba Walker was out of his prime by the time 2019 rolled around. We really saw this in the 2019-20 and 21 season for Kemba, whereas Jalen Brunson is entering his prime. So the whole thing with FIBA really is not indicative of regular season high pace, high velocity, and high flying action of regular season NBA basketball. FIBA in international basketball really reminds me of the EuroLeague, but it really reminds me of college basketball, and it reminds me of the NBA playoffs more so than it does of the regular season. Again, it really is methodicalness in the half court, being that really technically sound player. And that is exactly the experience that Jalen Brunson brings to the table. Make no mistake about it, guys. Not only is Jalen Brunson a phenomenal college basketball player, but he's a phenomenal playoff performer as well. So let's dive a little bit into Jalen Brunson's career and why he really does have the experience necessary to lead Team USA to gold for this FIBA World Championship Cup. In 2015, for the FIBA Under-19 Championship, not only did Jalen Brunson lead Team USA to a championship, but he was the MVP of the entire tournament. So contrary to popular belief, there is actually a player on this year's team with some really nice international FIBA experience, and it is the former MVP of the FIBA tournament, Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson was also incredible at Villanova, as I just alluded to. Not only was he a two-time champion at Villanova, really having that high-pressure situation experience, he was the best team on that second Villanova championship team, as not only did he put up 19 points per game, but he also made the all-tournament team. Then Jalen Brunson comes into the NBA, and all he's done consistently throughout his career is put up good regular seasons, then put up phenomenal postseasons. So in 2021 to 2022, this really was Jalen Brunson's breakout year as an NBA player, as he really looked like the second best player alongside Luka Doncic with the Dallas Mavericks. He put up 16 points per game this year, looking very good, looking very efficient, being that nice facilitator for Luka Doncic as well. But then he upped his game from 16 points per game to 21.6 points per game in the postseason, and a lot of people thought this was a bit fluky. Hey, he shouldn't get a big contract from the New York Knicks off of one good playoff experience. All he did was shut up the doubters, as in the 2022 to 2023 season, as the best player on the New York Knicks, he put up 24 points per game in the regular season. That's something that's so damn hard, especially for a smaller point guard in the playoffs to top. There really is a negative connotation nowadays surrounding point guards going into the NBA playoffs, and I really do think it is because of that Russell Westbrook, Ja Morant style of being that extremely explosive full court player, playing extremely downhill. But once the NBA defenses really tighten up, once the spacing gets lesser and lesser, you really need those shot creators on the perimeter in order to score. I think that is a central reason why guys like Kevin Durant, guys like Kobe Bryant, guys like LeBron James, for example, have consistently won those finals MVPs, and smaller point guards really have struggled outside of Steph Curry. But all Jalen Brunson did, again, is shut up the doubters. So he went from 24 points per game to 27.8 points per game. Jalen Brunson just has such a good feel for the half court. He consistently not only gets to his spots, as he really has deceptive play strength, he's consistently bumping guys and using that really nice lower body leverage in order to get to his spots. He's a very crafty playmaker as well, consistently making the right reads and the right passes every single time he's in the half court offense. rebounds. And man, is Jalen Brunson overall just a tough-nosed basketball player with a grit and grind style about him. In the first Team USA exhibition game, he put up 11 points, 3 assists, but 12 rebounds, as Jalen Brunson to be by far the smallest guy out on the court and to still put up 12 rebounds really speaks to how tough Jalen Brunson is. As you can see in some of the FIBA highlights as well, he really does play tough defense for a smaller point guard as well. And I really just trust Jalen Brunson over everybody on this team. You look at a guy like Anthony Edwards, for example. I love Anthony Edwards. He's more physically talented and overall probably more talented than a Jalen Brunson, but Anthony Edwards does have some consistency issues. With Jalen Brunson, game in and game out, you know what he's going to offer. He's going to be a great mid-range shooter. He's going to be a great three-point shooter. He's a guy who is a 3-level scorer. So if one level and one aspect of his scoring isn't there, let's say he faces a team with really good rim protection, he's going to be mid-range cheese the entire game. Let's say his three-point game really is not going. He's going to be facilitating the ball. He's going to be spotting up from mid-range, and he's going to be getting to the basket. Hey, his mid-range really isn't hitting. He's going to be hitting those threes, and he's going to consistently attack the basket. There are some absolutely phenomenal teams out there for FIBA, of course, including Team Canada. So the United States are going to have a significant load on their hands, but there's no one else in this entire tournament I'm confident in as a leader of men than Jalen Brunson, the 2-time NCAA champion, a guy who consistently steps up for his team in every single high-pressure situation. Thanks for listening, guys. Let me know in the comment section below, do you agree with my take that Jalen Brunson not only is the Team USA captain and leader this year, but he's the perfect guy to do so? If you listen till the end of the video, guys, I really appreciate it. Smack that like and hit subscribe if you enjoyed the content.